I challenged my viewers to share their hottest Warhammer takes in front of their peers so that we can all judge them in Hot Take Court. The rules are simple. Share your opinion, and if they are bold, interesting, and give us something to think about, you are free to go. But if your opinion is cold and boring, or just so hot that it's completely ridiculous, then you will be found guilty and sentenced for your crimes. It's time. Oh, my arm's kind of fallen off. Let me sort my face out. Order. Order in the court. We are doing hot take court today. If you have a hot take, I will judge you. If I judge it to be too hot or too boring, you will get a punishment. Otherwise, you're free to go. If you wear the body pillow as a onesie, you could be inside Paul. You... Todaville. Oh, shit. Hello. Welcome in. What is your hot take? That was quick. Time to judge. My hot take. Deathguard should not be a high toughness army. I'm with the Conorian on this one. The Conorian. I'm willing to hear you out. This one I think could be quite interesting. It's one on surface I think is like obviously at the moment Deathguard are the kind of high toughness army. But if you have another idea and justification for it, I'm happy to hear it. Okay, here we go. Toughness in game is generally represented with a high or advanced armor. Deathguard are corroded, fleshy, and plagued. In the game space, there are no high hit point army. Make DG super easy to wound with tons of HP. All right. Hang on. I get it. Can't put knights. I think knights are a very separate thing because it's obviously all vehicles, right? Vehicles I think are separate to this. Enhanced plus makes it more unique on the table, and it really represents the shambling, not giving a shit about being shot 50 times, etc. So I think the thing with it already has the not caring about being shot, right? It already has that by being high toughness and fairly high wounds, right? He's making a valid legal argument, but I think we should throw him in the dungeon. I think the problem is the way the game works, right? Is you have that kind of system where that's how all things are represented, like vehicles are the same, right? I guess your issue is it would be interesting actually because there's nothing really susceptible to low AP high damage. Like an autocannon, right? Is AP 1 3 damage. Not many things are that susceptible to that because you want to be firing like an autocannon because it's like strength 9 elite infantry, but obviously they have high saves. And I do see that as a space in the game that isn't really being explored. One of the ways to beat something with high amounts of toughness and low saves is actually weight of fire, not just anti-tank stuff, and they'd be way more susceptible to it, so you'd have to work out the balance point. I think this is actually a fairly good take in terms of actual like interest. Again, I don't think it's fully fleshed out. I think Deathguard are one of the better ones at the moment that are good conceptually anyway, being that kind of slow moving forward, but not a bad idea. It's an interesting take, and I think it has legs. So I'm happy to say I think this is a good take. I think you've got a good idea here. Thank you very much, and get out of my get out of my courtroom. Diego de la Riva Paredes. Diego de la Riva Paredes. That's probably terrible pronunciation. Hola. I think Primarchs are lame. The original Chaos champions are cooler. Ooh. I mean, that's just a fact. Def hot, not at all. Just not all. I kind of agree. Not just... Emperor's Children players, you just got absolutely destroyed. Like, do you think any of the Primarchs are cool? Also, why not Lucius? That's a good question. They all suck. Wow. Diego, I judge you to be... I mean, it's a fairly hot take, but it's also fairly mundane. I'd like an MS Paint drawing of Khan, Typhus, and Araman kicking Lucius while he's down. And get out of my sight. This is going to be a hot take. Every time, literally every time we do this, Ace of Dragons gets picked. I don't get it. How are you somehow every time getting this? And other people have never got it. If you say something about fucking Tzaangors, I'm kicking you out the court immediately. I swear to God. I swear to whatever being you believe in. Probably Tzaangors, to be fair. What is your hot take? Chaos cults as an army should be created. T-Sons, EC, Body Eaters, DG, and the are all then get more units to compensate. Like a shadow. And oh wow, I'll deal with your first one. Right, so Chaos Cult. So Chaos Cultists. What else would be in there? I guess is the question. I guess Traitor Guard. So you're saying you want a Traitor Guard Codex? All right, wait. Right, okay. You said Dangle twice. Like, get out my fucking courtroom. I let you off with the first Angle thing because it was a joke. The second one. Anyway, I'm judging you on this one. It seems like people just want Chaos Cultists, and also you could just play Imperial Guard and just make them cultist. I'm gonna be a mean one. I'm gonna be mean because I know I'm pretty sure you could probably handle it. It'll be very funny. You are not allowed to say the word Tzaangor in Discord for the next 24 hours. Mods, be on watch. Look, I told you. I was even lenient. I was so lenient, and then you were like, oh, it should always include Tzaangors. Ow. Now you got to live with this. Is the consequences of your actions. You made me do this. You watch yourself. Yeah, you watch yourself. Suddenly, out of nowhere, with a steel chair, it's Twitch chat, and it's Briel. I already disagree. Well, there you go. They're all like, Twitch chat, disagree. What are people's opinion on Imperial Fists? The thing is, I don't know anything about the Imperial Fists, basically. Boring and cold, cold's a corpse. They look cool, cold take, bad take, boring and wrong. All right, someone who's a fan of Imperial Fists, why do you like Imperial Fists? Imperial Fists are just yellow. Might be a tad biased as I'm an Alpha Legion fanboy. Wow, daring today, are we? Imperial Fists are boring. I play Alpha Legion. It's just that meme of, you know, the Buzz Lightyear toy in the rack. I play Alpha Legion. I guess this one I think does need a poll, to be fair. You hate the piss fists. We have a 59% yes. It looks like most people do like Imperial Fists. I will sentence you to yellow. Interpret that how you wish. Peter Jung. Hey, you're here. Somebody needs to quit and make more blueberry lore. Do you mean quit making blueberry lore? They need to stop making lore about Ultramarines. Because the way you've written it, and I don't know if it's just because I'm reading it sillily, is that you don't need to quit their jobs to be able to make more Ultramarine lore. I assume you mean they just need to stop making Ultramarine lore. Now, unfortunately for you, you've activated the trap card. Every single one of these, someone has gone either said like, oh, either Ultramarines are overhated or we need less Ultramarine stuff. This is the cold take. You've given us the cold take, stream's coldest take to talk about Ultramarines, and thus you have been given the most severe punishment. I would like you to MS Paint me a Ultramarine in a walk-in freezer and get out of my court. You know what would be really funny is every time someone has a bad take, I add more time to Ace of Dragons Tzaangor banner. It's on his head. Or like you can send a super chat to increase the time. Some other way of just making it worse for Ace. Why? Because I'm mad and evil. Yeah, all right, super chat. Ace is happy with that. If you super chat, he adds an hour, $1 an hour, $1 an hour, or equivalent. You better give me a cut. Oh, you will get you will get nothing because I'll ban you from asking for us.
Tzaangors are wonderful and Ace is justified for wanting to say so.
But you just added 5 hours to his time. Oh yeah, he's right. Have 5 more hours and not being able to say it. Oh, I'm going to convert that now. Oh no.
Don't be so mean to Ace.
Like 20 more.
Look at the size of that thing.
Tzaangors suck. Get wrecked.
It's like fucking 40 odd hours now. Oh, you're so screwed. You're cooked, mate. And if we extend it, super chats. It's $1 an hour. Oh, I should not tell you that. No, stop, please. God, no. Oh, you're so fucked. I forgot. No. First of all, thank you so much for that massive super chat. Holy. Whilst I have you trapped in this horrific anxiety-inducing nightmare, let me make even more money by telling you about Table.Stronghold and their MDF cases and terrain. The Magnet 2.0 is the best way to transport your minis of any size and keep them safe and secure using the adjustable trays and the power of magnets. I literally use this all the time, and you can get 25% off using my code 425, and there is free shipping to the USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and most of the EU. So go to Table.Stronghold.com right now, or click the links down below to distract yourself from this song being burned into your skull for the rest of your life. And thank you once again, Table.Stronghold, for sponsoring. By the way, this is horrible. This is awful.
Fancy.
Fancy indeed. Thank you so much for that super chat. That is very, very generous. Bro, you could have bought a GW model at MSRP with that money. DD Dank doesn't know. He doesn't know. He lacks critical information. My boy don't need any more models. He has 9,000. He has literally over 9,000 of them. That's a 2.
Hey, DA Magic Kids.
No, Ray, no. For dinner. Oh my god. Why is that not? You've actually broken it. 50. 550. 500. 5. I don't need to make videos. All I need to do is just basically like, there's one guy in chat who I'm going to, that you have the chance now to absolutely demolish. This is your chance.
I do in fact have enough models. Time for some more time of punishment. Paul, let's be clear, you did this to him. You told us that we could pay you to punish him.
True, but also very funny. Ace of Dragons.
They peer pressured me. Also, I'll see you all later.
God, no, if you're broke, definitely don't pay for Tzaangor. Thank you so very much.
I'm broke ATM, but here's £2 for Zynger jail.
Is that 2 hours off the punishment? No, that's 2 hours added to the punishment. Pay your way out. Jesus, that's another 500 bits. That's another...
Hey, look.
Another five hours on that. I left for like 10 minutes. What's happening? We're bullying someone. Which, now that I say it that way, makes me feel really bad. It's not bullying, it's banter. Anyway, Boss Orc. I think Terminators are overrated. Don't get me wrong, I think they're cool. They're just not as cool as everyone makes them out to be. I love Space Marines. I think Terminators are cool, but I would rather run a bunch of aggressors and some Centurions. Hell yes. Models get off, especially with the Hippo helmet. Yeah, so people mentioned the Hippo helmet before. I've had this one before. I do like the way the helmets look, to be fair. Kind of agree. I definitely think that Terminators are not... I guess they're not overrated. I think people... I don't know, actually. I like Terminators. Stand on Terminators are just better Centurions. Like, get out of my sight. I think it's very level. It's a very level-headed take. Not particularly hot. I'll make an exception for Deathwing Terminators because they're awesome. Now, hang on. Ooh, hang on here. Stick to your principles. Are they underrated or are they really cool because they have like a habit, a little cloak? Which one is it? No middle ground, extremes only. Only a Sith field absolutes. Do or do not, there is no try. Checkmate. Jedi. I was going to let you off on a technicality, but I am actually going to demand retribution. I would like you to MS Paint or whatever Terminator with an actual hippo head. I think that would be funny. Real poorly. Oh, he got in. Technically, you were late, but we'll let this one slide. But this better be good. All right, I got a few, but I'll go with the mild one. Don't go with the mild one. If you go with the mild one, we're gonna be unhappy. You gotta go with your hottest. I want the spiciest meatball. You know when you go into like an Indian restaurant or like a Vietnamese restaurant or something like that, or a Thai restaurant, and you want something spicy, and they go, oh, yeah, we'll get you something spicy, and you went, no, I want like what you would consider spicy, and then you die. I want that level of spice. It is okay, AdMech, to keep some of their models Horus Heresy exclusive. It's a good way to show off the decline of the Imperium. Same goes for Space Marines, Guards, Custodians. Hells? Oh, he's up the spice level. He's gone from Madras to Vindaloo with hell. Some of them should lose more stuff into Legends. I'm gonna wait for YouTube because it's a bit behind. Because I'm seeing cold take, and I can see the moment how far behind the streamers is caught up, because everyone's just like, what? All right, so some people are still saying no, still cold. I met a lot of people who say Horus Heresy AdMech should join up with a 40k AdMech line. That I think is correct. I do like if you just have all the stuff from 30k became 40k stuff, you kind of lose the point. I do see that one. That one's fine. Legends in moderation isn't too bad, and to be fair, Legends is usable anywhere, right? I cast IRS. What? Slow down, Dark Phoenix. Let's not get hasty. I definitely do think that I think the reason people say that they want the Horus Heresy stuff in 40k is because they just want more choice, and the Horus Heresy stuff is cool. They just want to be able to use it without having to play Horus Heresy. You kind of had a lukewarm take that turned to a hot take towards the end there. I send you to Legends. Before you beat me, I've got one more hot take though. Okay, this better be quick. Drive to Borders Battle stuff. Wait, that's a hot take? You bastard. Get out of my fucking court. You little shit. That's not a hot take. Thank you. You should subscribe to Borders Battle stuff. Cartilage UK. Come on down. The tournament says should be a minimum hygiene requirements and not showering equals ban. One, this is not a hot take. Please goddamn shower for God's sake. You know, deodorant. Wash your pits. Wash your balls. Whatever you got down there. Wash it. Southgast last year was terrible. I didn't have any. I don't think I had any problems. I think I obviously got lucky. And again, with the Lunge GT, there was one time I remember, I was outside getting food, I think, or waiting in the queue for food, and someone walked past, and I was like, woof, that's some stank. But the rest of the time, for like the whole weekend, it wasn't too bad. Or if you didn't smell anyone, then you're maybe the one who smells. Listen, right, I'm not even kidding. I really make sure to shower, because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, and I worry so much if I am that guy. The amount of people that came up to me at the London GT and shook my hand and stayed around and hung out probably means that hopefully I don't smell. 99% of the time, it's absolutely fine. But there was one guy who walked past me, I was like, oh boy, ignore the smell because you're a YouTuber. Don't know. That's actually gonna play into my I'm not anxious. It's kind of anxious about it. Oh brother, this guy stinks. There's a link between higher people placing the amount they smell. I think the higher people placing the amount. That is a backhanded. That is a backhanded statement right there. Obviously you were fine. No one smelt where you are, Paul. You're shit at the game. I can confirm when I run out of deodorant before a tournament, I did place higher. Oh right, actually, oh that's interesting. So there isn't a link between the higher place people smelling more. It's actually smelling more makes you place higher. Clearly this is not a hot take. I'm sorry to tell you this. It's not hot. Not a hot take. So I will have to punish you. I'd like you to write the official rule for getting bonus victory points for being clean. And it has to be something that can't be able to be worked around, right? Has to be rock solid. We go into Cray. I think the pose of a model is equally or more important than the model itself. And a bad pose will ruin a model even if the model looks amazing. Interestingly, someone disagreed. That's interesting. This is the thing. There's some people, right, like, I figured that this one would actually be super cold, right? I thought everyone would agree with this. There's some people who don't agree with this. Now, your example is an interesting one. Example is the Angron model, which looks great. However, the pose doesn't do the model well. I don't know. I think Angron's amazing. I've never looked at Angron and gone, oh, well, the pose could be different. It's too hunched, unlike most of your mag. That's kind of the point, right? Like, it's a difference as well. If they were all stood up straight, you'd have kind of like... Oh, that's an interesting one. I want to ask the people who disagree with this why. That's what I'm more interested in. Is that I can kitbash, change the pose, change the details is harder. Not just about a pose, but how it looks with an army. Yeah, I suppose that's true, isn't it? This take, I think, it's kind of cold. There's a couple of things I think you're right with some of the older models. Maybe they still look cool because they have that kind of like nostalgia to it. I'd like you to draw MS Paint or whatever, how you would want Angron to be posed. Tom Labigi Delastre? Tom. Yeah, I've got to say this in this way. Ghazgur would crump any Primarch for one simple reason. They have one god, Ghazgur has two. Oh, he's got him there, boys. Oh, that's a proper crumping right there. Ghazgur being T6 is a crime. Yeah, but he's proper hard, and he also better call Wood because he's got power 4 god. I mean, 4 is bigger than 2, to be fair. Pretty cold take. Ghaz is the biggest and therefore the best because Orcs is the best. So I'd like you to MS Paint draw me a 2-on-1 wrestling handicap match between Gork and or Mork and a Primarch of your choice. Nasty. Nasty too hard in my VG model. Also, you and the dude from Glass Half Dead are my 2 favorite bold dudes on YouTube. Oh, thank you very much. There are dozens of us bold YouTubers. Also, Grots need their own army and or more representation on the table. That's an out of left field one right there. That's not what I expected to see. Yeah, more Grot stuff. Yeah, I think everyone could agree that more Grot stuff. Maybe they're in detachment, not army. That's the part where I'm like, what would go into a Grot army? Then it's just Grots, Grot tanks, killer cans. Think Hashemilitarum. Now you're speaking my language. Now you're speaking my language. Hashemilitarum, but fun. Yeah, if they just brought like Gloomspike Gits over and made like mech Gits, that would be great. I do need more information. The court does not. The court spams the noise because it's funny. We don't appreciate half-baked ideas. I would like you to list the units that would be in Codex Grot. That's homework? Yeah, absolutely correct. That's what you get. Don't like homework? Well, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Get out of my court. We're gonna go right into it again with Martin. Necrons are boring. An abominable intelligence army would fit the role of tech undead way better and would be cooler and creepier than anything Necrons are right now. Force him to edge highlights Helldrake trim. Whoa, Mason, let's not get hasty. You know, we're a civilized society. The thing is, if they were just like creepy tech robots, it'd be fine. But I love the personality that Necrons have, like the whole egotistical bureaucratic maniacs. Infinite Divine is such a good book. You wanted the hottest one. To be fair, I did ask for the hottest one, but I didn't say that would save you from punishment. I would like to see an MS Paint drawing of you in Trazyn's museum, having been taken because of this very hot take indeed. Get out of my sight. Space Wolves were the best beginner faction before the new Mirrors and Codex. That's an interesting one. Why? Yeah, Marines, so it's naturally easy entry. Yeah. Wanted to wolf up your minis, you had to learn how to kit bash and learn green stuff. How does that make it good for beginners? Like, learning how to kit bash and green stuff is not a beginner-friendly thing. It's basically like you get just a lot of core hobbies. Oh, I guess I see what you mean. So there's a lot of potential with it, right? But you could say the same with any of the Divergent chapters, right? Realistically. I feel like, in fact, I know you just like Space Wolves. I feel like you just like Space Wolves. I'm gonna be honest, Polish Wolf. I feel like you just like Space Wolves. And so, I'd like an MS Paint drawing or whatever drawing you like. I don't want you to draw me a Space Wolf. I want you to draw me a wolf space. I don't know why, I just thought it'd be funny. Yeah, I'm gonna not say your name just because the way I talk, that ain't gonna work. Oh god, that's the wrong one. I've changed it over to Desk. There's Breathe of Gert for you. That's how the only truly good faction in 40k, or at least they were, if you ignore Phil Kelly's stuff. You can't just ignore stuff. I mean, to be fair, if you just ignore the bad stuff, everything's good, right? They use diplomacy and give chance for planets, humans, and Xenos to join their army. Listen, here's the problem I got with this one. I've got a big problem. I don't know enough about the lore. I'm going to pass judgment here. I feel like this one could descend into all sorts. I would like you to MS Paint or whatever, a bad towel. Not like a really bad towel. It's like a kind of a towel that beats you up and takes your lunch money. A schoolyard bully towel battle suit would be very funny. Ivy! Oh no. Ivy is the bad taker. The health bar is going off the screen. Alright, I don't know enough about the lore. People might be upset about this one. I don't know. I'm just gonna judge this based on what the chat replies. I don't really know enough. Alright, let's see. I audibly gasp. Such a nothing burger. That's a shrug emoji from me. I'll take you right. Fair enough. You did a lot of things wrong. His Necron stuff is cool though. Someone please explain. I'm only reading facts. Matt Ward is often considered to be one of the worst things to happen to 40k. He also wrote 6th edition rulebook. Yeah, because I googled him and he looks like he's a game designer. He has a Wikipedia article. He left Games Workshop in 2014, but then returned in 2016. Jesus Christ, his 2-year hiatus was allegedly due to him receiving many death threats over his writing. Oh, that citation needed on that one. I mean, still, Jesus. Right, I'm gonna tell you this for free. This is one way over my head. So I'm gonna throw this over to your fellow chatters. Is Ivy based? Your fellow Twitch and YouTube chatters have deemed you to be not based. I sentence you. You decided on an army, right? Because I know you were deciding on a lot of different armies you never really decided on. And I think, did you say you finally decided on what you wanted to do? Don't you think there's another army that might be better? Don't just think about it. Like, is this really the right army for you right now? Or do you think there's a potentially another choice out there? I mean, you spent all that time thinking about it. Are you sure you made the right choice? Are you absolutely certain? You sure there isn't another army you might want to collect instead? I don't know. Just, I guess your punishment is just think about that one. Just let that one ruminate a little bit in your head. And that is legitimately the cruelest punishment I've ever given. I would like to appeal for a lighter punishment like death. Are you ready for my hot take? I do actually have a hot take that I wanted to share. All right, here's my hot take. So, obviously, with Shadowmark Talon, the people have decided that Centurions are good. I mean, they've always been good because we've now decided that they want to actually play them. But some people don't like the Centurion model, and so they're like, oh, I'll use Saturnine Terminators instead. I'll use Saturnine Terminators instead of the Centurions as a proxy. My hot take is that I don't think you should be allowed to do it. If you want to use Centurions, do not be a coward. If you want to use 6 Centurions, buy 6 actual real Centurions. No proxying just because you don't like the model. If you've got Centurions and you want to do some Saturnines as some extra ones, absolutely fine. Happy for you to proxy some Saturnines for some extra Centurions. But if you're trying to get in on the Centurion meta right now, and you're trying to do it with knockoff Centurions, get out of my house. Do we ban all proxies that include all your proxies? No. I'm happy you use your proxy Saturnine Terminators as Centurions. Once you've paid your Centurion tax, there's a Centurion tax. If you want to play the Centurion game, you gotta play Centurions. You gotta play the real ones. If you want to get in on the meta, I'll only agree if you agree to run Firstborn Vanguard vets in return. I don't have Firstborn. You are. Ooh. To be fair, baby Dave, you have ruined me there, because you have made me a massive hypocrite because I did make true scale Vanguard vets and not use Firstborn ones. Yeah, you may have undone my entire argument there, baby Dave. That's the end of the stream. We'll ignore that one. Ooh.